Hi lovers of literature, how are you doing today in this afternoon? As we are in the quarantine state, we have nothing else to do rather than to deal with poems. So today I've come up with another lyrical poem that is written by none other than the Nightingale of India, Sarojini Naidu. In this poem, Sarojini Naidu portrays a vivid picture of common life, and that is what she does in almost all her poems, and this one is no exception, Sarojini Naidu is famous for poems such as Indian Weavers, in the bazaars of Hyderabad, the Coromandel Fishers, etc., as she deals with the life of Bangle sellers in this poem. And that is titled after the name of Bangle sellers. But later on, as she does, unlike all such poems of others that she has written, she becomes more concerned in celebrating the life and action of a woman's life in totality in this poem. Her journey, a woman's journey, from the time she was a maiden till the time she attains maturity after her marriage and her childbirth. So this is what Sarojini Naidu does, but she does delicately with the symbols of different bangles. So isn't it interesting? Let us delve more into the poem. Let us get into the meter first. As lovers of literature, we know that a poem without meter is like a house without its family members, isn't it? So if we talk about the form and the language of the poem, the entire poem, look very closely into the poem as I am looking into. The entire poem is a structure where each stanza focuses on a particular theme. Like you can divide very well. The first stanza depicts the merchants stouting at the temple fair to attract the attention of the people passing by. So they're like crying, "Bangle sellers are we who bear our shining loads to the temple fair." So it is written in the mouthpiece of our bangle seller. So if the question comes, who is this we in this first line of the poem? Bangle sellers are we who bear our shining loads to the temple fair. You have to remember that it is one bangle seller who is speaking for the lot of bangle sellers. It's not that all bangle sellers speaking at the same momentum. Many students I've seen that does this mistake. So I hope you don't, because you are just dealing with me and we all are learning from our experiences, isn't it? So the entire poem is a structure which each stanza focuses on a particular theme. The first stanza, as I've said, depicts the merchants stouting at the temple fair to the attention of the people passing by. The consequent stanzas that follows focus on the bangles of various colors. As I've said, the different bangles portrays the phase in each woman's life. And each bangle talks about different ages, the needs of different ages, the desires of different ages. The poem, The Bangle Seller, has a simple rhyme scheme. Now you go through the rhyme scheme. How is it? It is bear, fair. So first line is bangle sellers are we who bear. A. Our shining loads to the temple fair. Bear, fair. A. Now it comes to who will buy this delicate bright? B. So why B? Because it doesn't match up with the other two lines. So it's B. Now bright light, B. So it is A, B, C. Why lights and why? So you understand it's a completely lyrical poem. It has each stanza has this A, B, C rhyme scheme with mostly octasyllabic lines. What is octasyllabic? 8. Has no distinctive meter, but one has an apprehension of the same due to the use of easy language. Language is completely easy, completely reader friendly, and a general fluidity of words. Why? Because she is the Nightingale of India. You have to remember. So she is a deft person who can deal with rhyme scheme. And use of very, very clever similes has made this poem a beautiful one. So we have dealt with what the bangles symbolize and about the form and the structure of the poem. So let us now delve more into the poem by discussing or analyzing according to each stanzas. So let us read the stanza number 1. Bangle sellers are we who bear our shining loads to the temple fair. Who will buy this delicate bright rainbow-tinted circles of light? Lustrous tokens of radiant lives for happy daughters and happy wives. So the poem begins with the speakers, the bangle sellers, and one of them introduces themselves as bangle sellers. And what are they going to do? They're going to sell their articles at the temple fair. They call out, why are they going to the temple fair? You have to remember they're going to the temple fair because the prospective buyers of those bangles, that is maidens, women, and also men who wants to gift women with bangles, will come to that fair, isn't it? So if the question comes, why are they going to the temple fair? Very simple question, yet a little tricky. So you have to write this. They call out to the people to buy their bangles. These hawkers describe their bangles as rainbow-tinted circles of light, metaphor. Why it is a metaphor? Because there has been a comparison initiated between the colors of the bangles with that of the rainbow. Now what is the color of rainbow? It's 7-hued, right? It's seven colors. So similarly, rainbow tinted means colors, bangles that have different colors in it, different colors infused in it. They advertise their bangles by questioning. Now this is a figure of speech very cleverly implemented by the bangle sellers. So they ask a question and they give the answers themselves. They advertise by questioning, who will buy these bangles for their daughters and wives? So who will buy? Of course, the women and also the men who will buy these bangles for the daughters and the wives. Now, it is important to note here that though the speakers of the poem are several, it appears as if there is a single speaker. That is what I already told you. Don't make this mistake by writing the bangle sellers are the speakers. No, of course not. It appears as if one speaker is speaking, isn't it? This is due to the fact that they have the same purpose. Now, one is speaking for the entire lot. So they all have the same purpose of selling their bangles and are thus seen singularly as a class essence. So there is an essence of the entire class represented by one. Also the bangles here are called lustrous tokens of radiant lives. Why? Because it shows us the Indianness of the poem. Mrs. Naidu is very, very particular. She always deals with Indianness in all of her poems. Why? Because it is a weapon that she does to fight against the British rule. She wants to show how rich and how vibrant, how colorful, how vivid, how strong her Indian culture is. And that is why she does that. And it shows us the Indianness of the poem, where bangles are brought on special occasions. And what is occasion here? Because there is a temple fair, so we must know that there is some occasion which is not mentioned, and are associated with happiness and prosperity. So bangles has an equivalence to adding happiness and prosperity in a woman's life. Is it clear, the first stanza? Okay. Let us move into the second stanza. It's a very simple poem, but you have to be very careful to know the essence of the poem. The first essence, of course, that I said, it's a celebration of femininity. It's a celebration of Indianness. It's a celebration of tradition. It's a celebration of course, you have to remember this. There is, of course, a satirical, done very lucidly. Not like the Maya Angelou, who just attacks the male lot. Not like that. Sarojini Naidu does that because she talks about women giving birth to sons. So she attacks the male society or the male lot But she does that in a very, very gentle way. So you have to understand that it also talks about the Indian culture trying to force upon a woman to give birth to a son. That is also there, that we will be coming later in the upcoming stanzas. So, but for this stanza, it is a bangle seller or many bangle sellers in a group, and one person speaks, goes to the temple fair to sell their bangles. And who are going to buy their bangles? Of course, the daughters and the wives. And how are the bangles described? The bangles are described as rainbow-tinted circles of light and lustrous tokens of radiant lives. It adds to something that is good, something that is more positive in an Indian woman's life. So this is what the first stanza is all about. And for the upcoming stanzas, please stay glued to my video. We will be coming just now with the second stanza. You can grab yourself some snacks and tea, and we can all sail through this beautiful poem of Mrs. Naidu's, that is the Bangle Sellers. So guys, please follow the next part for the poem.